What's up, everybody? It's DR2727. I am doing a collection update November 2016. For anybody who saw my previous video when I explained my channel, it's going to be Transformers videos for the most part. And for all the Transformers fans in the fandom, I'm going to do a video at least once a month. Now, it won't always be a collection update, but I'll do some type of Transformers video at the minimum once a month. I'm not really a reviewer. I may review every once in a while, but just talk about collections, Transformers, and everything, and just the whole fandom in general. And at a minimum, it'll be once a month. And this is my November 2016 video. I don't know if this will drop in November 2016 or December 2016, but anyway, this is my toy collection November 2016. It's a six details, full of Masterpiece, Chug, and just random one-offs, things I like. So my collection isn't one thing or another, it's just things I like. And so shout out to Jay Black. He's another YouTube toy collector, Transformers collector. I had two details and I was wondering if I was doing the right display, and I saw his display and he kind of encouraged me to keep doing what I was doing. So shout out to Jay Black. Like I said, his video made me feel like I was on the right track because I had two details and I didn't know if that was going the right direction. We had plans on going more, but I didn't know if that would display right. But right now it looks good. So let's go on and without further ado, let's go on and get started. We'll start with this one. This is my Chug, my Chug detail. This is my first, how I started in collecting. And I'll talk about it as I pan up and down real quick. I started with, grabbing a piece here there for Target. And I said, well, at the time, I had some good disposable income. And I was like, I seen Sideswipe. Sideswipe was my first Transformer. My grandma bought it in '84. I think we were at J.C. Penney's at South Lake Mall in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, outside Atlanta. But anyway, my grandma bought it for me, and that stood with me ever since. And so that fueled my love for Transformers. I got back in collecting in like '03 when they started releasing those Encores. And I got out in like 2012, just financial things. And then once I started back, getting disposable income, I got back in it. So let's start. As you see, I got Animated Lockdown, Double Dealer, Lug Nut, which is a kind of a spin-off of Animated. I mean, he's an animated character, but that color scheme isn't his animated color scheme. But I really like that Lug Nut. It's actually pretty good. We got Cyclonus from Cabana Wars, and we got the Minicons, the Amorites. I would really like to see a third-party tap of those guys, because in the comic books, if you read IDW, they don't have a big part, but they have a compelling part in both the Shockwave story and the Lost Light story. So I really would like to see somebody tackle them, because they're supposed to be omni-combinational. And so I just would like to see a third party, somebody tackle them, because these are cool, but they have their faults, major faults. Out of this shelf, I like Cyclonus the least, and maybe Lug Nut the best. Moving down, of course, G1 Seekers. And they are just my homage to the intro to Transformers Generation 1, when and you see Thundercracker, Skywarp, and Starscream running, shooting at the same time. So this detail shelf is just an homage to that. Moving on down, we got Autobots. We got Movie Prime, got Perceptor and G1 Perceptor in microscope mode. That's the reissue, that's not the original G1. Got Make Toys Gears, Cogwheel, I think that was his name. So Cosmos, Movie Hound, Leader Jetfire. Movie Hound is amazing. His guns, like all the guns they gave him, is really amazing. If I'm shaking, forgive me, I'm on my knees now. So moving on down, we got Soundwave with Laserbeak. That's a reissue. Ravagers in there in cassette mode. We have Fans Projects Columpia, which is their version of Sludge. I'm gonna finish that collection at some point. I'm gonna get Grimlock. And they have two Raptors coming out, two female Dinobots Raptors. I'm gonna get those two. There's my favorite Sideswipe growing up. And Hot Rod. The Hot Rod is not an encore, but it's the re-release, the Takara re-release. It came out like '03, '04, '05, whenever. That's him. So that's this detail. So again, just panning up as I get off my knees. Bam. Detox number 2, Unicron. I would love to see somebody do a third party. Well, let me scan before we get to that. So let's start Unicron. I think it's a Generations Unicron, or the Armada mode with G1 paint. I wish, on G1 color scheme, I wish somebody would do this. I wish a third party would tackle this. Of course, it's gonna be like $500-600, but I would just like to see the scale and some of the engineering that came from it. Next is Seraphos Promanian, make MMC, their version of Nova Prime. If you're into the comics, you know who it is. If you're not in the IDW, getting the IDW is worth the money and it's worth the reads. Next is Wei Jing, oversized MPP 01, which is actually that mold upscale. And this is probably, if I had to say if it was a fire and there was only one toy in my collection, I could say this would be it. Because, and we'll talk more about it in another video, but this is an amazing toy. The DJD. So let me get down a little lower so you can see. We got Kaon, we got Voss in sniper mode. Ready to snipe somebody out. It's hard to pick him up, I know. We got the Pet. And again, if you're not reading IDW, you should be reading the IDW. These guys are central characters to it. Waiting on Torn. So let me pan him up one more time. Forgive the shitty camera work. Again, this is my cell phone and I'm not really good at this. So, you know, talk more about it. And that detox, the one that I just passed, these are one-offs and spent and just offset characters. Hopefully I can change this at some point, but those are just one-offs. Here, the next 2 detox will be the combiner detox. So these will be combiners that I have so far. And go up, pan down, pan. We'll start off at the top, which is Make Toys Defensor or Guardia. He's repo labeled up. Well, not all the labels, but he has repo labels on them. I think with emergency vehicles, you should buy a repo label set because it makes a huge difference. Like if I can get in a good shot of first aid, you can see like all the stickers and stuff, how they look on them. Some of them aren't coming up. But you should get the repo labels if you get this set. He's a pretty good combiner. Next is probably the definitive combiner of 2014 or 15, whenever he came out. Warbitron's Bruticus, or Warbitron WB01, which is their take on Bruticus. And I had the kit, and Shockwave is with him. And this is an amazing toy. Probably the best combiner I have. Next, scroll on down. Toy World's Devastator. And if you notice, he takes up 2 shells. And no repo labels, but this big guy here, he has changed scale and how scale works. So, just take it in. And I'm gonna pan out a little bit just to give you a better idea. Shuriken takes up 2 detox shells too, and we'll get to him. But if you notice, he doesn't even come up to the Toy World Devastator's chest. So, as we pan up one more time. Next, we got make the second of my combiner detox. So we'll start down, scroll down. Excuse me for that jump. Just had to stand up real quick. So let's start real quick with Make Toys Computron. Great combiner. You see the dynamic pose or semi-dynamic pose I got him in. The arrow, him shooting his bow and arrow. I think this is epic. He's a good toy, a great toy actually. The only thing I wish is that the gun had some place to store when you were using the arrow. I got him arched up on his back, but that's not how it's supposed to display. And those two are chug scale. So just to let people know. Scrolling on down, we have Victorion and Windblade. Let me get down a little more so I can get a better thing. We have Victorion and Windblade, and I bought these two just because these are Hasbro's way of letting the fans get involved, and and for that reason alone, that's why I supported it. So, man, they're both decent characters. They're using them more into IDW and the series, the Combiner War series that came out. So it's good that the Hasbro's and the fans have some say. So just to support, I bought both of those. And last combiner I have right now is Shuriken. And let me get down here. He's an amazing concept. Maybe not as well done as he should have been. The biggest problem with him is his legs. So his legs are, I'm gonna pan out a little bit, and not the actual legs that are the Dinobots, but his connection from his pelvis to the Dinobot Snarl and Sludge. That's the problem. And he has a hard time standing up. But if you look, I got those wings posted. I like how I got the wings set up in this case. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Sorry about that. The blue Snarl. If you can get some of those details. Just a little more of those details. He used by G Creations, or whatever that new name is now. He's a good concept, and he's actually pretty. 60% of him is well done. It's the other 40% is kind of yeah. But anyway. Oh, sorry about that. So let's go up one more time. And that shelf. Detox, excuse me. The final two Detox are gonna be Masterpiece. And we start with Autobots. So scroll down. So real quick, let's hit this up. Optimus Bumblebee, Sideswipe, Bad Cube, Sunstreaker, MMC's Ocular Max, Mirage. This is a good toy. We'll talk more about this in another video, why I think third party is better to Carhartt, but you know these. These are season 3s that I have. Ultra Madness, DX9 Carry, Percepticons, season 2 and season 3. I just liked him with that group. And right now, as an adult, Perceptor is my favorite character. And before it was Sideswipe. As I got older, Perceptor. We got Unique Toys Blur. We got Willie. And we got Daniel or Spike, whichever one you want to think it is. As you scroll down. Shout out to the Lost Light crew. These are my Lost Light members that I have. Pipes, Swerve, Tailgate, Rewind, Hot Rod World, DX9 Megatron, which is a really good Megatron. And here are some season 2 bots in Proud and Sunstreaker, just because I didn't have anywhere else to put them. So KFC Blaster is a good piece though. Oh, let me pan one more time. I'm sorry this video is so long. Again, I don't have a script. I'm just moving at my own pace and rambling a little bit. So forgive me for that. The next collection update will be a lot shorter. Try to keep these in 7-minute range. The final one is my Decepticons. So I have MMC's Terminus Hexatron, which is their 6-shot. He can go either Chug or Masterpiece. I like him in Masterpiece. We got Apollyon, who we'll talk about him in another video, but he's he generates a lot of opinions, but we'll talk about him more in another video. We got Fans Toys Reflectors. Those are amazing pieces with KFC Energon cubes. The light makes those cubes look like they're glowing in certain places. We got the Seekers that I have so far. Thundercracker. The Acid Storm is custom. So they made it, the guy who custom made them look like they had real acid wash on it. Of course, we got Starscream. Overlord. He just came out recently. I got him at TF. No, I got him at TF Source. Overlord. If you're not reading IDW, you should read IDW. This toy is amazing. The character is even better. Finally, we have the Triple Changers. I just kept Octane in vehicle mode just because of Blitzwing. We got DX9 Blitzwing, DX9 Astro Chain, and Unique Toys /DX9 Octane. So forgive the camera work because I'm between a table here. Go back up one more time. Overlord. I had to have Starscream standing on top to look like he's better than everybody. So that is, as I pan back, that is my collection. It's no major collection. People have way better collections than me. It's my collection, and if I make changes to it, I'll update videos and stuff, and it won't be this long again, so I apologize. But as we back out, and so I finished the video by saying, where do I want to take my collection? I'm starting to get more into legend scale, so I got a couple Iron Factory pieces on the way, so I'm probably gonna move there, finish up some masterpieces, finish up the DJD and the Planet Defense Project, Exo Realm. That's the Dinobots collection. So that's where I'm looking to take the collection right now. I have some pieces I haven't shown yet, but once I get the details rearranged and make some major updates, I'll do another video. Again, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. I have more good Transformer stuff for you coming soon. Thanks.